Good morning, students. Today we are going to do and continue the chapter 6 of Geography, Major Relief Features of the Earth or Major Physical Features. We have learned that these physical features which we see on the landforms are created by the changes on the surface of the earth. The changes or processes occur internally and externally. Internal processes happen like earthquakes comes, that is internal process, and they create some new landforms. Some processes happen on the surface of the earth. They are known as external processes, that is erosion and deposition. We learn the different landforms like mountains, types of mountains, importance of mountains. Today we are going to see about plateaus. We have learnt mountains are raised area from the surrounding area, and they are at least or about 2000 feet from the sea level. What about the plateaus? Plateaus are raised areas from the surrounding, but they are not as high as the mountain. They are little high, flat on the top. Mountains have peaks, but plateaus have flat tops like table tops. Okay? So that is your plateau. So you will take the book in your hand. You have the book here and take the book from page number 163. Plateaus are a type of raised ground which are peculiarly or particularly flat on the top. So they are raised ground, little less than the mountains but flat on the top. They are like tabletops and stand distinctively from the rest of the surroundings. So if we will see a flat land area, they will be distinctively, separately seen because they are raised up. They may be just few meters of hundreds of meter high. So they must be just a few meters, not spread on a large area like mountains. They must be spread maybe on few meters only and not very high also. Maybe hundreds of high meters only. They are generally formed by cooling off. How they are formed? Mostly the plateaus are formed when the volcanoes erupt, lava comes out and it cools down. So that the plateaus are generally made by the volcanic activity when the lava cools down. Okay, some of the examples of plateaus in India, we have Deccan plateaus. Now in this we have Deccan plateau. Here when you draw the map of India, all this area in the middle we have Deccan plateau. Okay. Then we also have some examples of Tibetan plateau. Many Eastern African countries, like the Eastern African countries are Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, have plateaus. Tibetan plateau is highest plateau in the world and also called the roof of the world. So what does this paragraph tells? What is your plateau? The plateau is a raised land, high land area, flat on the top, spread on a few meters and high up to few meters, not as high as mountains. They are flat on the top. Some of the examples we have, the Indian subcontinent has in its center Deccan Plateau. We have many African countries, Eastern African countries, Tanzania, Kenya and all. And the highest plateau of the world, which is known as the roof of the world, is Tibetan Plateau. Now why plateaus are important? Like mountains are important for the rain, for the deposits of mineral, for waters in the river, for home of animals and trees. Okay, and for circulation of winds and moisture laden water or rain. So importance of plateau. Now, plateaus are characterized by rich minerals. So plateaus have plenty of minerals. Minerals means khanij, maybe iron, silver, copper, gold. These these types of minerals. For example, Chota Nagpur plateau in India is rich. Here we find plenty of coal, plenty of iron. कोयला और लोहे की खानें बहुत मिलती है छोटा नागपुर के प्लेटो में. There are many waterfalls. Not only we find here the minerals, but the plateaus have waterfalls. झरने होते हैं, and these waterfalls are used for generating electricity. Okay, so there are many waterfalls where the river waterfalls over the edge के ऊपर, किनारे के ऊपर जब पानी गिरता है on the plateau नीचे, so plateau से नीचे, so that plain water which is falling from very high tops of the plateaus to the down, that water is used, or that waterfall water is used for generating electricity. बनाने के काम पानी आता है. Okay, plateaus which have black soil are good for growing crops. Some plateaus, different types of soils are there: red soil, black soil, alluvial soil. So many types are there. So those plateaus which have black soil, they are very good for the cultivation of cotton. कपास की खेती होती है. Other cash crops. Cash crops means those crops which are sold for earning money. Food crops are like your wheat, barley, rice. ये हम लोग खाते हैं. Cash crops are your like tea, sugar cane ना, गन्ना, chai, coffee, and cotton, jute. All these are your cash crops. Extensive farming is done on such soil. So on large scale, extensive means on a large scale farming is done on such type of soil, means on the soil which is black found onto the plateaus. Okay, so this is the importance. Importance is we find plenty of minerals, we get electricity hydrated or generated from the waterfalls, and also the land, if it is black soil, good for the cash crops cultivation. Okay, next we have the feature of landforms. पहाड़ हो गए, पठार हो गए. Next we have plains, मैदानी इलाका where we live. Now plains are most common landforms. So we find most of the area has got plains where we also live. They are flat and nearly flat surface could be formed by external process of erosion and deposition. So they are flat. We know that it is flat, samtal area, and how it is made? Probably it is made by the process of erosion and deposition. Erosion means पहाड़ टूटे होंगे और वो erode हुए होंगे और कहीं और जाके इकट्ठे हुए होंगे. Erosion is breaking of the rocks and deposition is collection of the debris or eroded material. They are normally formed by a fine soil. So how the plains are made? Plains are made from the fine soil. Which type of soil? Alluvial soil or alluvium soil, brought down from the mountains by the rivers. So when rivers flow from the mountains, they bring with them this fine soil. Some of the famous plain, कुछ famous मैदानी इलाके हैं जैसे गंगा का मैदान, Gangetic Plains, okay, in India, Huanghe in China. So the plains made by river Ganga, plains made by river Huanghe in China. So these rivers have created plains by bringing alluvial soil or the eroded material and collecting it onto its banks. Now rivers coming down from higher regions have a narrow path and higher flow of water and move very fast as slope is sharp and surface is rocky. The speed and force of the water makes them carry along large amount of eroded material from mountain surface surroundings. So here what is said, that rivers coming down from higher regions. When the rivers flow from mountain, they are flowing from very high region, from the mountains. Okay, now and higher flow of water. तो एक तो नदी बहुत ऊंचाई से उतर रही है और फ्लो भी बहुत ऊंचाई से हो रहा है उसका बहाव। सो व्हाट हैपेंस, मूव वेरी फास्ट। तो पानी के पास बहुत पतला रास्ता होता है, बहुत ढलान होता है, तो पानी बहुत तेजी से बहता है। क्लियर? द रिवर इज फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम वेरी हाई टॉप, all right, and what is happening, it has got a very narrow path because it cannot cut the rock material, because पहाड़ों पे से चल रही है तो वो पहाड़ को इतना काट नहीं पाती है, तो उसका रास्ता भी छोटा होता है। तो पानी बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, जगह कम होती है, तो पानी बहुत स्पीड से फ्लो होता है। ओके, यू अंडरस्टूड नाउ? सो स्लोप इज शार्प एंड surface is rocky. This speed and force of water makes them carry along large amount of eroded material. So because of the very high speed, whatever material it has eroded, it carries with it. क्योंकि इस पानी का बहाव बहुत तेज है. So whatever material it has broken, it will carry because the speed of water is very high. Now what happens? फ्रॉम द माउंटेन्स एंड सराउंडिंग एरिया, जो पहाड़ों पे से जो भी मटेरियल तोड़ा है या सराउंडिंग एरिया से, दैट द रिवर विल कैरी व्हेन इट इज ऑन द टॉप्स ऑफ माउंटेन्स बिकॉज स्पीड ऑफ द वाटर इज वेरी हाई. नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ व्हाट इट सेज, वंस द रिवर रीचेस द प्लेन इट गेट्स वाइडर. सो जैसे ही रिवर पहाड़ों से नीचे उतरती है मैदानी इलाकों में, सो देयर द रॉक्स आर सॉफ्टर, सो रिवर कट्स द place and it becomes broad. Okay, वो उसको काटती जाती है क्योंकि वो नर्म हिस्सा है, and it becomes broad. So when it becomes broad, the flow of water becomes slow, क्योंकि पानी अब बहुत ज़्यादा जगह मिल गई है पानी को, तो वो फैल जाता है और पानी का बहाव बहुत कम हो जाता है. Okay, now since the same amount of water is flowing through the wider river shallow slope, so now same water which was flowing from the river had a narrow path, so it flew very fast. Now same amount of water is getting plenty of place, so the slow water will be flowing now very slowly. All right, now because it is flowing very slowly, the speed of water is less, so it cannot carry now those heavy materials. So what will the river do? When it reaches to the downer areas or plain areas, now no longer it can carry the material, it will deposit it. अब उसको इकट्ठा कर देगी अपने दोनों किनारों पे. All right, so the river starts depositing the soil and particles brought from the higher right ridges. So whatever material it brought from the mountains, because it had high speed and high flow of water, now because it has reached to the lower areas, wider it has become, slope has become less, speed has become less, so the eroded material will be now heavier for it and it will spread or collected on the banks of the river. नदी के किनारों पे जमा कर देगी. Okay. Third paragraph, gradually the river reaches the place where it is meets the sea and ocean. Now slowly after flowing all through the plain areas, सारे मैदानी इलाकों से बहने के बाद एक प्लेस आता है वह जहाँ नदी खत्म हो जाती है ना. So a place comes where the river meets, ends into a sea or falls into a bay. Okay, so before falling into an ocean or a sea, by the time it reaches this area, it gets so slow and eroded material left behind is sediment and silt. So when it reaches to the near the oceans and seas, the speed has become very slow and already all the heavy material is collected to the banks. When it reaches near the seas and ocean, it has only fine silt, okay, sand and very fine silt, बहुत हल्की मिट्टी होगी. Okay, so such areas where the river sediments divides, and that is called as delta. So before falling into the sea, whatever material is remaining now into it, that it will collect before falling into sea. So that collected sediment is known as delta. Okay, as it is shown to you in the picture in your book also. So before falling into sea or ocean, whatever silt and material it has brought light, that it will collect on its mouth before falling into sea. Okay, that is delta. Now importance of plains. Plains have fertile soil and they are rich in mineral and fertile soil growing crops. We know that fertile soil has plenty of fertile material into it. So here we can grow the crops easily. Okay, and therefore most of the ancient civilization, so we can easily get the water, we have fertile soil. So if you will see the history, most of the early civilization developed near the river. The flat surface plains facilities are easy and movement of transportation. We know on the hills and plateaus it's difficult to move around. We don't have much means of transportation, whereas the flat areas have much means of transportation and life is easy on the plains. Okay. It is easier to make roads, railways, bridges, airports, industries and so many other things we can make on the plain area, which is very difficult to make on the hills and mountains. Okay, on the hills and mountains difficult to make roads, railway lines, what we say, the wherever the aeroplane stop is your what? Airports and industrial centers also. Plains that on the other landforms, the river basins and plains are the most popular areas. So we find that most of the population of the world lives where? On the plain areas, because the facility and climate is very good onto the plain areas. Next we have people and the landforms. People. People have already chosen to live at places. Now about the people and the landforms we will do in the next class. Okay. You read about the people and the landforms that we will do in the next class today. For your homework, read this. What is plateau? Importance of plateau, plains, importance of plains. Okay, and this people of the landform also read. When we meet next class, I'll explain to you. Okay, and then I'll ask you to submit your copies also. You should have complete work in your copy when I ask you. After the half yearly portion, specially that I need. Okay. So read nicely, study well. Thank you and have a very good day. Bye.